Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the game of Old Wesley Sports Club versus Peterson Sports Club. Match number 2 for both these teams in the Sri Lanka Rugby Nippon Under-24 Rugby League. Pictures brought to you live and exclusive through sportsnow.tv. So for updates, do not forget to like and subscribe to our social media channels. It's sportsnow.tv on Facebook as well as Instagram. And don't forget to leave your likes and support for the Sri Lanka Rugby Tuskers page on Facebook as well. So quite an interesting affair today. Old Wesley, of course, will be smarting from that loss against Science Maroons in their opening fixture, played at the same venue last week. Outplayed, especially in the second half, and they'll be hoping for a better performance in this game. The forwards looked quite impressive, but their game management and the game plan really let them down, especially in the second half in that game. And of course, Peterson Sports Club, who recorded a 35-10 victory over the Field Force team in their opening fixture played last week, will be hoping to add another W under their belt. But it's not going to be easy. Old Wesley do have some talented players in their ranks, and it seems like they will be going into this game as slight favorites, you could say. They have some interesting players like Tikshana Vitanage, Johan Ogbebo, brother of Samuel Ogbebo. And players like Ruchit Hapugalla, who just graduated from the Wesley First 15 college rugby team as well. Of course, Dennis Gunatilaka plays as fly half today. Sakit Pereira comes into the scrum half's berth. So some interesting changes done for Old Wesley. We'll take you through on that a bit as well. Teams just going through their final preparations. Be taking the customary pre-match team picture along with the officials as well. Young Ogbebo there on your pictures, wearing the number 13 jersey. Peterson Sports Club, just a few final instructions from their coaching staff. And there you go, Old Wesley Sports Club, the Blues. Something which really let them down was they really lacked space on the wider channels during last week's game, and that really just didn't help their back division or their three-court line to function. So they will be hoping to add a little bit more structure into their game. Seem to have a slight advantage when it comes to the physicality as well. But how better conditioned they are, only time will tell. Petersons also have some talented players who played for promising schools as well. Janit Serosinghe, the former Isipatana skipper. He's interesting in playing as centre. Remember him playing as a flanker at times number 8 for Isipatana, but he's playing as centre. Did not continue rugby after leaving college, so there will be quite a gap in his performance. It'll be interesting to see how he'll bring his A game to this. Here we go, the old WESLEYITES Sports Club team card. The starting 15, Nisal Pereira, Nafis Nafzar, Shan Sachinder, Muhammad Mirzan, Ruchit Hapugalla, Vishwa Wadda Singha, Johan Philip and Isiru Pereira, Sakit Pereira. Starting at the scrum half position, Deniska Gunatilaka, Lahiru Nanlagala, Sahan Hansaja. Another interesting player to watch out for, Johan Agbabo, Kavindana Pereira and Tikshana Vitanage. Sakit Pereira, the former Thomian scrum half, if I'm not mistaken. Is playing for Old Wesley, so talented player. Just couldn't. And here we got the Peterson Sports Club lineup: Yomit Gagal, Janit Chatura, Nasik Nansar, Kavinda Vivek, Yasri Anuradha, Kavinda Nelaka, Chamidu Mihran, Nisal Chamadita. And of course the back division, Tua Nirshad, Kavishka Nelupul, Johan Chaturanga, Oshan Chaturanga, Janit Serosinghe, Yashira Udeshana and Tenura Tulnit, the fullback for Peterson Sports Club. So the tournament director, Mr. Nalin De Silva, just having, I think, a 1 minute silence is observed. So the pre-match customary rituals all done. We had a 1 minute silence observed as well. As the team both teams walk into the field. Peterson's Sports Club, the final huddle of prayer. Old Wesley, there you go. And they'll be raring to go now. So both teams done with their preps, so it's all about kickoff now. And Old Wesley, who did not start well last week against Science Maroons, will hope to avoid that this time around. That was one of the key factors which really didn't help them settle into the game.
My call, black call, back team, okay? Wait. Behind the kicker.
So Dennis Gunathilaka wearing a scrum cap, probably because of a head knock he received last week. But he's fine, he's good to go. He kicks, he's ready to kick off the proceedings. And Old Wesley kicking from left to right of the screen. Collected cleanly from Peterson's. Good high hanging kick, but well covered by the Old Wesley team, but not collected cleanly. Ball was all over the place for a moment. Big number 11. With a 10-meter run. Tackle well. Ball dropped cold by Dennis Gunathilaka. Lapse of concentration there. And just as we mentioned just before kickoff, this is what Old Wesley do not want. They really need to consolidate their position on the game, and you really need to focus on your basics. This is what happened against Science Maroons as well last week. So the first scrum of the game, early as the second minute.
Boing. Sit. Steady.
Wesley, the referee wants a reset. Old Wesley almost turned that over. The ball can be hooked by either of the front three, as long as they don't put themselves in danger. Once again, the ball is all over the place, but good forward momentum by Peterson Sports Club. The big center goes into contact. Going sideways, no way through, no meters gain there. Fly half playing in as the scrum half for today, I think. Number 25 taking into contact, but they're not crossing the gain line. Scrum half is not in play. Rush defense, but they do gain some ground. They're securing the possession of the breakdown, so that's something positive. But the ball is ripped in contact. I think that was Dennis Gunathilaka. Sakit Pereira lobs the ball forward, but it's covered by the Peterson's player. Steps his way, but I think it was obstruction. So accidental offside. Obstruction, yes. So it'll be a scrum now for Old Wesley. Set pieces too were quite a concern for the Blues last week. It did improve as the game progressed, but interesting to see how Old Wesley will be doing this time around. Of course, Sakit Pereira did not play in that game. He'll really add some value to this Blues outfit. Ball comes out cleanly at the back. The number 8 gets off his first man. And that was a knock-on off the base, yes. So, couple of unforced errors early on for Old Wesley. And they're turning over possession when they're out not to. So the priority now for Petersons would be to get their exit strategies right. Play their get out of jail card early. The ball is out. Comes to the fly half. Cross kick. But is covered by the Old Wesley players. Winthree collects it. Was looking for the offload. Decides to go into contact. Ogbebo decides to go himself on the shorter side. But he's held up. His knee is on the ground, so they've got to release. Going into contact, referee playing advantage. That was either for a no arms tackle or for a high shot. Denister going into contact, knocks it forward, but the referee will come back for the, no, it's a line offside. Stand corrected. Last week, Old Wesley struggled to play their territorial game as well. They were always pinned inside their own half by Old Wesley, so that will also be something that they'll need to focus on. Play their game on the opposite side of the pitch, the right side of the pitch for them, so they are not under pressure. Bebo taking the line kicking duties. That's a decent kick. Brings his team into the 22. There you can see several players coming in from all three sides there, but a couple of them were not behind the offside line. It's a correct call there by the referee. Liner is good. Old Wesley setting it up for the rolling maul, but good positioning there by Petersons. They're not moving forward. Slight shift. The peel off, but that's well covered by Petersons. They've got to release him now. That's the end of the rolling maul. The defending close quarters, Peterson Sports Club. This is what Old Wesley did against Science Maroon as well. They did it to quite good effect as well. That's how they scored their try, mind you. They are slowly gaining ground. They've got the penalty advantage as well, so it's free play here for Old Wesley. The ball comes out the back. Centre takes it into contact, but a good tackle on him. Still playing advantage, so it's still a free play for Old Wesley. Sakit wanting that ball, looking for options this time, and that's a good tackle. So the advantage wasn't over, so the referee will go back to the initial infringement there. Petersons need to backtrack. Sakit Pereira, known for the quick taps during his playing days at St. Thomas's, thought about it, but decided to calm things down. Got a player down, Peterson Sports Club. And that is Janit Serosinghe. Seems to have got just winded himself.
Change කරන්න. Okay. හරි okay. Thank you doctor. Boys 10 Number 2 offside. line. On the line. Center mark. On the line, black. On the line.
So back in play. The line out is good by Old Wesley. They set it up for the rolling maul. And this time they are moving forward. Peterson's desperately trying to hold them off. So they managed to hold that forward charge by Old Wesley, but they were inching forward. Just a few meters off the try line. Desperate defense here by Old Wesley, managing to push that player backwards, but once again Old Wesley still on the charge with possession. Their forwards trying to power their way through. Inches away from the try line. We've got to retain possession. We've got to recycle this ball. Set it up now for another pick and go. Did he ground the ball? No, just short. Yes, that's good. The grounding is good. That was a good try. Number 4 ends up grounding the ball. Going close quarters. So Old Wesley record the first try of the game.
Black card take about the court side then about jersey number about the me agane.
So Bebo taking the kicking duties. Fluffs the kick, drifts wide, goes left of the post, but still 5-point lead for Old Wesley.
Offside then decision force lage.
Buka ili dah ini aku lau boleh.
ඒක තමයි. මම ඒක මං එයාට ස්පස්ටින් ඕන් නේ දුන්නා. දැන් ඊළඟ එක මං හොයනවා.
Bol bol. Bro bol.
There you go, another replay of that try. So the Old Wesley forwards using their much superior physical attributes to good effect there. Peterson's with the restart. Good high hanging hit, but the chasers were a little bit late to read that.
Rock form.
And once again, this time Old Wesley, this time opting to use the forwards. Sakit Pereira sends the ball to Ogbebo. Not the best of kicks. Slight shimmy, but the player runs out of play.
Line out.
Sakit Pereira takes it quickly, but the referee wants it taken at the correct spot. Slight concern if I was a Peterson's fan, because several of their players have looking tired, looking a bit jaded. Hands on hips already. Just 15 minutes into the game. We mentioned this yesterday. This is where the conditioning aspect of rugby comes into play. And to that matter, we notice Science Maroons looked much more superior, far superior in that category. Really helped them against field force yesterday. They ran riot, going past the 100-point mark. So Sakit Pereira now setting the tone. Old Wesley second rower taking the ball into contact. Holding on is the call. So Peterson's taking a quick tap, fumbling with it, not 10, so immediate advantage for them. Thumping tackle, the ball is loose, but not a meter, so they will get the advantage yet again.
What do you want? Line out. From.
So the line out is not straight, so Old Wesley for the scrum. So Peterson's they're still in this game, but they can't afford to commit mistakes like that.
Coach! Bye! Sit! Steady! Steady.
The number 8 breaking on the shorter side. Quick hands, but the cover defense is good. He's ushered into touch. And at this time, it's quite saddening that we have to share this news with our viewers. We did mention that there was a 1-minute silence before the game took place. That is because Dilina Fernando, who plays for Old Wesley Sports Club, passed away a short while ago under tragic circumstances. He has met with an accident on his way to play this game. Quite shocking and quite saddening as well. Our deepest sympathies to Dilina, his family, and his friends in this difficult time. And I'm pretty sure it will be quite difficult for his teammates who are on the field as well to hear that news just before your game. All that pre-match planning and all the warm-ups just take a back seat when you hear something like that, when something happens like that. But they've somehow got to manage this game, focus. I'm pretty sure they will be headed to give support to Dilina's family right after this game. Quite tragic. It's the first time I've heard something like that. So once again, on behalf of our production crew from sportsnow.tv, deepest condolences for Dilina's family and friends. So getting back to the game, 80 minutes gone. Old Wesley leading by 5 points to nil. Once again, the line out is stolen this time. Dennis thumps it down the park, covered by Peterson's, but how good are they from loose play? Goes into contact. It's a high shot, so once again a penalty straight away. One of the Old Wesley players saying, let's not rush things, boys, let's calm down. And yes, that is what is required at this time. Just need to calm down, take advantage of these penalties they are receiving. It's a good position.
Mark.
So mark.
And they are opting for the 3 points. So sensible decision. Almost right in front of the sticks, but he has to judge the distance. 40-meter penalty kick. When you talk about place kicking in this tournament, of course, Nadun Kavisha from Science Maroons has been outstanding on both the games he played so far. Was just slotting in those extra points and the penalties, even from corner flag angles. And didn't have the direction. So there you go. But they will receive the 22-meter dropout.
Find the ball. Find the ball.
The flanker puts in the boot, but well covered by the Old Wesley player. Cuts back inside. The huge number 12. This time tackled well. The try scorer getting into the act. They've got men on the outside. Peterson defense not organized there.
No.
Still backtracking. Sakit Pereira
Offside.
feeding
Number
good
16.
quick ball there. And the referee is playing advantage here for offside. It's not the first time as well. They need to send this ball out. That looked forward.
Roll away.
But the referee is okay with that. Sakit Pereira looking for options. Has no option but to send the ball out to the other side now. And they opt. The ball is dropped cold by Ogbebo. But the referee was playing advantage.
Number 16. Offside.
So on quite a few occasions, whenever Old Wesley have upped the ante, increased the tempo, Petersons have been struggling to keep up with the pace. Conceded penalties on every occasion that happened. So that's something Old Wesley will like to exploit
Number 16.
to their advantage. And on this occasion, they are opting for the 3 points. No, stand corrected. They did want to take the 3 points, but then I think they've changed their mind. Ogbebo kicks it out to touch.
Mark.
Wait. Oh.
Line out is good. And Old Wesley opting for the maul.
Get back,
Gaining forward momentum. Petersons this time unable to hold them back. That's the try line. Stopped very close to the try line. Sakit Pereira. That's advantage. Sakit Pereira goes himself. Inches away from the try line.
Wait. Oh.
The referee say, no, it's not a try. He'll come back for the penalty. Petersons are defending from close quarters, but Old Wesley gaining ground. They're going sideways, but they are inching their way forward. There you go. That's how close they are to the goal post.
Get back. Roll, get back.
Sakit Pereira goes on the other side. There you go. Trademark Sakit Pereira try. Looked one way, looked the other side, and then sniped his way through. That's what he used to do at St. Thomas's. Brilliantly done by the small mid but nippy scrum half. Looks one way, looks the other side, but then he knows what he was going to do all along. Brilliant try by the scrum half. Ogbebo now, hoping to add the extras. Should be a regulation kick here, just beside the posts. Is good. So 12 points to nil. He puts his team on the lead.
Change. Black number 2. Change.
Peterson's making a replacement early on. Yeah, number 2 coming off. Doesn't seem like he's injured, so it's a tactical replacement. Petersons will be ruining themselves. They've got several opportunities to get back into the game. They didn't take advantage of it and now find themselves now trailing 12 points to nil, but it's still early doors. Plenty of time left even in this first half, so they just need to settle in, like try to get themselves into the opposition territory and then execute their game plan from there onwards. At the moment, it's all stop and start rugby. It's not helping their cause.
Coach! Bang! Sit! Steady! Steady! No!
The number 8 peeling off that scrum, goes into contact. This time his move was red. Denister puts the boot. Not collected cleanly the first time by the Peterson's fullback. Now running across under pressure by the old Wesley winger. Kicks across, not the best thing to do, but he should have made that pass early. The old Wesley winger delayed it and was bundled out to touch. A little bit of argy-bargy there going on between the players.
Captain! දෙපැත්තටම මං කිව්වා first in discipline. Okay. Next time මේ වුණොත් මං මේව කරන්නේ ඔයාලා දෙන්නව තමයි මගේ මේකට මම use කරන්නේ. පැහැදිලිද? දෙපැත්තටම. Okay?
So if we're just telling both the captains to talk to the players, keep things under control, no unnecessary arguments. Go ahead.
What do you want? Line out, strong.
But there you go, obviously not being able to capitalize on that.
Hey, forward.
Wayward, to say the least. This game has been slow start for both teams. Wesley, or Old Wesley, the superior set of forwards, managing to score 2 tries. Planned an inside pass. Wasn't in the script, but that was intentionally thumped forward, I guess. So the referee wants to have a word with the linesman. This will show us what happened there. Quite not sure what happened there, because the player was, even though he was from the defending team, he was coming back, so he did not knock the ball forward. That's what it looked like. But anyway, referee awards the penalty. Not the best of kicks, but still finds touch. But still inside their half, Peterson Sports Club. Quite gloomy conditions today as well, even though there was no rain. So it's a short arm free kick for Old Wesley. So there you go. Both teams now really need to focus on their game. It's starting to be a scrappy affair. This is what let Old Wesley down last week as well. There was no continuity. To be frank on them, they did start this game a bit better than they did last week. But now errors, unforced errors, starting to creep in on both teams. Sakit Pereira with the feed in. Number 8 looking to break, draws and pass but doesn't pass, goes into contact. Sakit Pereira should have received that pass early on, but here he is, still using their forwards, the Blues. Pereira, delayed pass by Gunathilaka, and that just allowed Peterson's defense to drift to the side.
Numbers. 4 man. Get back.
Line out time hasn't been great for Peterson's. And there you go, that's why he's straight into the hands of the Old Wesley player. Didn't even have to reach out for it. Sarah Singha, the good spot tackle on his opposite number, was knocked forward, so make amends for it. But they're just making things difficult for themselves. There you go, the man in the picture, Janit Sarah Singha, held his man up. He tried to make that pass, but it was knocked forward, so just not have been able to settle into the game. Peterson Sports Club, but really need to get some points on the board, because if they concede any more points, they know that this game will start to drift away from a position where it can be recovered. Receive support just in time. Another Peterson player is down. Seems to be a head injury as well. There you go. Towards the left of your screen. Seems jaded. Puts the boot in. Where are the chasers? It's collected by the Old Wesley player. Don't think that was in the plan. It's just a instinctive punt ahead. Tackler not rolling away. Sakit Pereira. Lucky he did not take the quick tap from the correct place. If not, I think that would be the knock forward. It's been that kind of a game. Ogbebo. Puts the ball out to touch. His touch finders have not been the greatest, but he's at least managing to get them find the touch. There you go, trips. Cheekily. Just making sure I didn't take the tap from there, sir. Trying to just remind the referee, trying to get away from it. Could have been Cardinal had he not. That line out didn't look straight, was not. So there you go. Both teams are letting themselves down at line out time so far.
Heads up, please. Heads up. Okay. Coach! Boing! Sit!
This time it's a Peterson scrum. Just outside their 22.
No!
Number 8 peels off that scrum, but no real advantage there. The old Wesley defense were waiting for him like a reception party.
No.
Sending it out wide. That's a high shot, and this could be a yellow card as well. That looked dangerous.
Wait. Captain.
I think even the player knew that was going to be a yellow card. In direct contact with the neck. So can this spark something for Peterson Sports Club? They've now got the man advantage as well. Here we go. That was bad. Good kick as well. Brings play into the other half of the field. Really need to get some points on the board, Peterson Sports Club.
Mark.
Once again, that line out didn't reach the man. I don't think that kick was planned as well. It's all helter-skelter rugby, but somehow Old Wesley retrieved possession. Sarah Singh secures the ball into the ruck. Shamaf looking for options, but his delay gives Wesley hope of forming their defensive lines. Ball is out. Referee wants them to play on. Big number 16 takes it into contact. They need a good quick ball here, which is not happening for Peterson Sports Club, and that's why they're not being able to exploit any gaps created by those hits. There you go, running laterally, goes into contact. No real advantage gain there. Samod Sandaruan goes into contact as well. This time gains ground with that leg drive. Number 16, and there you go. All that effort comes out in vain. They knock it forward. Now Old Wesley with the counter attack. They've got men on the outside. needs to pop that pass. Goes into contact and then was looking for the offload. A little bit late. Sakit Pereira. Here's Deniska Gunatilaka. They need to send the ball out wide, but there you go, they didn't. But the referee is playing advantage. I think that is for offside as well. Good rush defense on Denista, who slips. Should have made that pass early on. Didn't. That was Sarah Singh. He's being opting for that rush defense, rushing on his man.
4 minutes. Penalty.
Big number 3 for Peterson Sports Club is down. Seems to be a knee injury. Quite a few stoppages in this game already due to injuries. There go the number 3, goes into contact. It seemed to have an issue there, but I think it was the movement afterwards. Looks like he cannot continue any further. He's nodding his head. Seems to be fine. Sometimes they might just want to walk it off. Yes, he seems fine. He's good to go. It's good to see. As long as he understands that he can continue without aggravating any injury. Aggravating that injury any further. It's all good. So we've reached 40 minutes on our clock. Old Wesley leading 12 points to 0. Slightly the better team of the two, but both teams will be really disappointed on how they've managed to go about their business during this game. Been a scrappy affair. Line out once again, not straight. So there you go. Problems from last week continuing this week as well. This is something where the Blues will really need to go back to the drawing board and get it right.
Coach! Going! Sit! 2, 3, steady! Okay! Now 2, 3.
Ball is fed, good pressure by Old Wesley. The ball is loose. And the scrum half is under immense pressure. Needs to go to ground. Just does that. At 6s and 7s, there's no real structure organization in that breakdown for Petersons. They need to get out of jail, clear their lines. They're playing dangerous game here. Scrum half attempts the box kick, but into the hands of the Wesley number 14. Finds the big number 11 next to him. Takes it into contact, sets it up. Sakit Pereira finds Gunatilaka, switches back inside to the second row. A young second row. Played a good game for Wesley College first 15 this year. Sakit finds a flanker directly into contact. Really didn't have any intention other than that. But the referee playing advantage for a high shot. The number 8 now. Sakit Pereira, Gunatilaka switches back play. The number 6 for Old Wesley. Sakit Pereira once again now increasing the tempo. The number 7 almost through the gate. Old Wesley really looking to add to their 2 tries here just before half time. And the number 2 now, good drive there, good meters gained. They're marching their way forward. Sakit Pereira, a loose pass, collected cleanly. Ogbebo just managing to salvage something from that. They're driven backwards, but they still have possession. And that player needs to move away. Here's the number 7 going through a lot of tired Peterson players, you could say. They're making tackle after tackle. The number 8 uses his strength, looking for the offload. Can't make it, so he'll set it up. Sakit Pereira doing a lot of hard work at the base. That's nice. And there you go, beautiful stuff. All that scrappy play, and Old Wesley come up with some magic. Brilliant move. And you just noticed that during the last few phases, the last few minutes, they were trying that inside pass. And Johan Philip, the beneficiary, some brilliant work by his teammate there. Here's the replay. Sakit Pereira. Lovely inside ball. It's brilliant when something like that, when a planned move like that comes together. So 17 points despite being a man down. And this kick also should be a regulation kick for Ogbebo. Lines it up. Oh, quite unfortunate. The commentator's curse there. Smacks it across the crossbar. Quite unfortunate there, but Old Wesley go into the break with a 17-point lead. Time for some first half highlights. Here's the first try of the game. Close quarters, the Old Wesley forwards. Doing all the hard work. And another try from close quarters. This time it was Sakit Pereira who went on to score off some hard work by the forwards. Looks one way, looks the other, and then snipes his way through. Then just before the halftime break, Old Wesley, the game went into scrappy mode for some time, but then piece of good work by Dennis Gunatilaka, allowing his flanker to go unchallenged beside the post. Could have been another 2 extras, but Ogbebo's conversion smacked against the crossbar. At half time, Old Wesley leads 17 points to nil, and we'll be going for a commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Second half action about to kick off, and if you're just joining us on sportsnow.tv, it's the second half action between Old Wesley Sports Club and Peterson Sports Club. Old Wesley, of course, leading this game by 17 points to nil. Referee gives the signal to kickstart the proceedings of the second half. Not the best of techniques to collect that high ball, but still they end up with possession. Sakit Pereira looking for the box kick. Good high hanging kick, needs his chasers to get there. That was well covered there by the Peterson's player, Sarah Singh. I think that was with a small jinxing run. The Peterson's number 11 comes back inside. Here's the big number 16, tries a fancy offload, but the supporting player loses the ball in contact. That's Gunathilaka, Dennis the Gunathilaka fends off his man, but just didn't have enough gas to go all the way. Coming in from the side off your feet, so get out of jail card. They get away with it early. Peterson Sports Club. Brilliant run there by Dennis de Gunathilaka. Just didn't have enough gas, and Sarah Singh there has been all over the place. Good tackle. Chased his man, didn't give up. And a slight rain has is over us. So the conditions, the ground conditions, slightly wet underfoot. It might change now. So interesting to see how the teams will cope with this as well. They go short. The referee wasn't. I think everyone were in two different minds there. So it's a short arm penalty, short free kick for Old Wesley. Brilliant jinxing run, gets away from 1, 2, 3, cuts back on the other side. And just like that, Old Wesley on the charge. They've got to set it up now. They just do that. Sakit Pereira organizing things from the base, taking it into contact. 5 meters short of the try line. Flanker goes on the other side. Poor attempt of a tackle there. And that's a try. So once again, Peterson showing that under pressure, they're not able to defend their lines effectively. It has been a case throughout the game. And 3 minutes into the second half, Old Wesley increased their lead. And takes their tally to 22 points. As the rain pours down on us as well.
Captain, mang first team wara mang kiwana dia. Captain crew hamma mona dia. Break down negadi enne giyala. Last warning. Okay.
Visura Pereira, the try scorer, the number 8, has had a good game so far. Here we go. That's a poor tackle by the number 7 for Petersons. Went through arms really. And crashed over for the try. So like yesterday, I'm joined by Mr. Nalin De Silva in the comm box. And of course, we have Mr. Darshana Lienage, president of the Old Wesley Sports Club as well. What do you think of the game so far, Mr. Nalin?
Well, as I always say, it keeps on improving, but it has to, I think, all Wesleyites has to improve a little more. By next week, it will happen, definitely. And now I think they have to change the pattern of play because it started raining. They have to change their strategies. So now we are today joined by Mr. Darshana Lienage, the president of the Old Wesleyites Sports Club. Darshana, welcome. Good evening, all viewers.
Good evening, Nalin. Good evening.
It is first of all, it's very sad to hear the news of passing away of Mr. Delina Fernando. Is it correct? Delina Fernando?
That's correct.
Delina Fernando. And on behalf of the Sri Lanka Rugby, please accept our deepest sympathies. And we were told he was on his way to play this game.
That's correct, Mr. Nalin, and it's a very sad story for every one of us. And it happened in the morning. So we actually playing this match dedicated to him because now we will remember him if we play this match. And before the match, there were some discussions whether we play this match or not, or give a walkaway for the Petersons. But then all the boys said, no, we will play this match on behalf of
That is, I think that is the spirit of the game. The only way that we could pay last respect to him is to dedicate this game to him. So thank you very much for giving your consent as the president of the club to go ahead with the match.
Yeah, thank you, Nalin. And that's for the spirit of the game.
Thank you very much. Coming back, as the president of the Old Wesleyites Sports Club, I was told that this was formed about 80 years ago. To be precise, 81 years. Is it? Can you explain how this was formed and what you all are doing for the last 81 years?
Yeah, this was Old Wesleyites Sports Club is one of the, if I can say, one of the oldest alumni sports club in the country. It was formed in 1941. Well, few old boys got together and formed this to play hockey at that time. So and the meetings and gathering was happened at the pavilion of Campbell Park. And later on, in 1993 era, we put up a lovely building, and hopefully you all know it's called Coach Petier in Borella. So Old Wesleyites Sports Club now in that building we are like 30 years old as well, and we are actually playing few sports as well, hockey, cricket, rugby, football and basketball as well.
Oh, that's nice. So, which means you're the president for the sports club where you all take part in cricket, rugby, football, hockey, basketball, everything. Is it?
That's correct. Old Wesleyites Sports Club is formed under OBU. This is actually to promote sports at Wesley. Not only Wesley, at the younger stage, because we have invited few other school players also to come and play for a certain percentage. So our vision is actually to promote sports and give them start at OWSC.
Oh, that's nice. When did you introduce rugby into your sports club?
Rugby, of course, somewhere around 2000, 2002, we introduced rugby.
Okay.
In a tier 2, the latter stage of the...
So who is handling rugby now at the moment in your...
right now we have a structure, there's a vice president, Mr. Mahesh Vijayanaka, and then under him we have the coordinator and manager, Mr. Nadira. We have few managers as well, Roshan Johar. Yeah, that's the structure.
About 3 weeks ago, I was quite impressed. I was invited by your Old Boys Association to when we that is when we announced this particular tournament, and you all invited the Sri Lanka Rugby to come and donate that jersey and whatever the money that we were giving to you all to have this tournament. And I was quite impressed the way that you all have organized that thing, and it was very well organized. So I thought to myself that I didn't know much about the OWSC, honestly, to be very frank. But I was quite impressed the way that you all done, and it was done nicely, well organized, the event that you all had. Thank you very much for that. So can you brief us on how you all progress on this, how you get the funding and all that, please?
Thank you for bringing that up, Mr. Nalin. Well, of course, that day was a very significant day, and we invited you for handing over of the rugby jerseys, actually honoring the sponsors. And SLRFU is one of our sponsors through your sponsors, and thank you very much for giving us that encouragement. And also we had our own clothing partner as well. So we want to appreciate the sponsors on that day. The significant day in sense it was our AGM day.
Okay.
So glad that we could organize such a good event on that day. Thank you very much.
And what are the, now you mentioned about the schools, that in addition to the school boys from Wesley, you all concentrate on for this particular club. I'm talking about rugby. Do you give a chance for the other schools as well? If there's an opportunity?
Yes, like I said earlier, it's actually open. Always Try Sports Club, our vision is to promote sports. So we are not stagnated. We are well open. Even for cricket, we have few players coming from outside playing. We are open, but of course the majority of the players are from Wesley itself, because we want to promote them as well.
Who is the coach now? Is it one of your old boys or outsider? You can't remember. Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay. Now the
No,
other.
we have. Sorry, I can. It's Omar Talifdeen and
one of your old boys.
Andika.
Right. Okay.
Both of them are old boys.
Right. Excellent. And how do you get your funds organized?
Well, a good question, because having 4-5 play games at Wesley Oldest Day Sports Club, it's not only rugby, because we have to fund cricket and other sports as well. So we actually request from our well-wishers, old boys, and also there are partners like specific partners like clothing partners and so on. So it's not easy. I mean, but this time there are a few coming forward and supporting us. It was a great encouragement.
Oh, thank you very much. And what last? What do you think about this tournament?
Well, this is actually a talk of the town as well. So to giving these under 24 boys a chance to come and play, because if they go into the higher level also,
yes,
they'll be like, most of the players will not go in because of the injuries and the big boilers. So I think it's a great timing also to introduce this, and also you organize sevens game, and our boys actually played well there. And then the enthusiasm.
You're talking about the development sevens that we
sevens,
organized somewhere around in September.
Exactly,
yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So and it's a great opportunity for the youngsters to come in and play. And also I must say, for a game like this, it was not looked at in a higher level, like giving a live coverage. So it's not easy, I know. So thank you very much for coming forward and doing this.
Actually, we must thank Mr. Risley Ilyas, our president of the Sri Lanka Rugby. He's making a valiant effort to get this thing going, and it's not an easy task, as you rightly pointed out. It's not an easy task to do live coverage, and what his thoughts are to take the live coverage probably maybe next year to the provinces as well. As you know, we are running a parallel games in outstation. Today also we have Northwestern Province playing against the North Central Province. So a lot of activities going on. As you say, Darshan, we from the time that we took over, we have been having very busy weekends, back-to-back tournaments. We want to just keep the thing going. And we after this particular tournament is happening after 10 years, especially within the last 3 years we didn't have any activity at all. So we wanted to give a thank you very much for giving your consent somehow to collect the boys and get this thing going. Thank you very much, Darshana.
Thank you. I just want to say something because, like you said, like two years gap or 3 years gap. Some of the boys were playing 3 years ago. They didn't get a chance to play. So I think this under-24 tournament has given them a chance to come and play.
Certainly. And in fact, your old boys, I think you all are just about to score another try. I will just hand over these two. Thank you very much, Darshan. I really appreciate for all your support given. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nalin and the Sri Lanka Rugby Football Union for supporting us.
Always welcome. Always welcome.
Thank you very much.
We're looking forward to your support in the future as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nalin De Silva. Thank you, Darshana. And going back into the action, Old Wesley ever so close to register their 5th try of the game. Inches away from the try line yet again, and it's their forwards who are trying to power their way through from close range. Some desperate defense there by Peterson Sports Club. It is really going to take a toll on them. Making so many tackles in this game. Old Wesley, at least they are using the weapon of their choice. They know they have a significant advantage through their forwards, and the referee is playing advantage. And there you go, try number 5. Peterson's just unable to cope with that pressure. Wave after some huge forwards attacking their goal line. They finally succumb to it, and Old Wesley now drifting away with this game. Still 52 minutes, but they are 29 points ahead. It's number 1 for Old Wesley. There you go. Some tired Peterson players there. This just shows there is a small gulf between the clubs, among the clubs as well. So far, Science Maroons have showed they are in a class of their own, and of course the Western Province team as well, quite promising. Of course, they play tomorrow. Conversion is missed, but a healthy lead for Old Wesley at this point of the game. Peterson's with the restart, collected by the number 21. Small made lad, but there you go, that's Hart. Leg drive, trying to gain as much as ground he can. Supporting player then afterwards, falling off his feet, conceding that penalty. Peterson's take the quick tap, finds themselves isolated. And there you go, holding on. Cardinal by Petersons. Should have just kicked that ball out to touch. Gone for the line out or settled down, buy some time. So Dennis Tagunathilaka needing some medical assistance. I think he had a quite hard knock on his head. Seems okay. He's communicating to the referee that he is fine, just needs some time to recover. So it's a penalty for Old Wesley. Ogbebo. That's a good kick. Had the distance in himself as well. Brings play into the opposition half. And now we are joined by Mr. Shamrat Fernando, the president of Peterson Sports Club. So Mr. Nalin, would you mind doing the honors of introducing or letting us know something brief about Mr. Shamrat and Peterson Sports Club?
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Isham. අපේ සිංහල ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන් සඳහා ඉතාමත් ගරුත්වයෙන් මම ආරාධනා කරන සිටිනවා පීටර්සන් ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ක්ලබ් එකේ ශම්රත් ප්‍රනාන්දු මහත්මයාට ඔහු සභාපතිතුමා ඒකම අපේ ටූර්නමන්ට් ඩිරෙක්ටර් එතුමාමයි. ඉතින් මට මේ එතුමාත් එක්ක කතා කිරීම සාකච්ඡා කිරීම ගැන ඉතාමත් භාග්‍යයක් ලෙස සලකනවා. ශම්රත් මහතානි ඉතින් ඔබතුමා Peterson Sports Club के प्रेसिडेंट है टीट पत्नी को देंगे ना
अभी इस तरह एडिशन करके साबाग होना जब मैं आसू आटे इंदला 10 में से अनु आटा मैंने कहा इतने पासु का कीड़ा के नाते में से आपको समाजे कीड़ा समाजे बाहर आ रहे ना मम्मा जिकेट में अरे तो कर गए ना
हाँ राइट हाँ बहुत जिकेट में जाएं वो तो मैं और तो किया दे तो ठीक है
देंगे और तो इसी देगा इसी आता रख
सभापति हटिए तो सभापति टे और दूसरी तरह का बहुत संतोष है मैं का ඔබතුමාගේ උත්සාහය අපි හරියට අගය කරනවා විශේෂයෙන්ම මෙම රග්බි කියන ක්‍රීඩාව වෙනුවෙන් බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි. එතකොට මේ පීටර්සන් ස්පෝර්ට් ක්ලබ් එක කොහොම අපි පාසල් යන කාලෙත් මේ හරි ලොකු මේ නාමයක් තිබුණ එකක් රග්බි වලට ආවේ ටිකක් පහුවෙලා නමුත් පොඩි විස්තරයක් කියන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඉතාමත් කෙටියෙන්
අපේ ක්‍රීඩා සමාජයේ මුලින්ම පෞද්ගලික පවුලක් විසින් පවත්වාගෙන ගිය පීටර්සන් කියන පවුල බර්ගර් පවුලක් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ක්‍රීඩාවන් සභා පවත්වන්න යෙදුණු ක්‍රීඩාංගණයක් තමයි පීටර්සන් පාක් එක. ඊට පස්සේ ඒගොල්ලෝ ලංකාවේ
There you are Peterson, sorry, Wesley has scored another try on the left corner flag. What's the score now? It's better, I think, if you can explain. It's 34 now, 34, yes.
Yeah.
34 nil.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
කට්ටිය රටෙන් ගියන් පස්සේ ආස්ට්‍රේලියාවට පිටත් වුණා. ඊට පස්සේ අපේ ක්‍රීඩා සමාජය අපේ ක්ලබ් එකකට බාර දුන්නා. පසුව ඒක මියුනිසිපැලිටි එකේ විසින් පාලනය කරන්න. ඒ වුණත් අපි ක්‍රිකට්, පාපන්දු, බාස්කට්බෝල්, රගර් අපි
ටෙනිස්ුත් ගහනවා මම දන්නවා.
මුලින්ම ටෙනිස්ුත් තිබ්බා. මොකද ඒක ඊට පස්සේ ඒක ක්‍රීඩා සමාජයේ විසින් ඒක කන්ටිනියු කරේ නැහැ. ඉතින් අපි උනාට ක්‍රිකට් දිගටම පවත්වාගෙන යනවා. යතරතුරේ අපි රගරුත්
රග මොන අවුරුද්දේ ඉඳලා දල වශයෙන්
අපි රගර් ඉස්සෙල්ලාම පාදේ රග්බි සෙවන්ස් වල සහභාගී වුණා. එතන 80 ඉඳලා
ඔව්.
ඊපස්සේ 84 83 අර ජූලි කලබලෙන් පස්සේ ක්‍රීඩා කරන්න අවස්ථාවක් තිබෙන්නේ නැහැ ළමයින්ට. හොඳයි මිස්ටර් දීපල් දල්පදාවතු බී.කේ රාමචන්ද්‍රන් and බෙවලි ඩිකව් ජෙරමි ඩිකව් කියලා හිටපු මේ පරණ ක්‍රීඩකයන් ක්‍රිකට් රග්බි වලට සම්බන්ධ ඒගොල්ලෝ ක්‍රීඩා සමාජය ගොඩ නැගුවා. උනකලා 84 අපි පළවෙනිම 15 සයිඩ් ක්‍රීඩා වල සහභාගී වුණා.
මට මතකයි 84. එතකොට මමත් ගුවන් හමුදාවේ මමත් සෙල්ලම් කරලා තිනවා. එතකොට ආවේ A ඩිවිෂන්ද?
ඔව් ඒ අනේ 84 C ඩිවිෂන් ගාලා අපි 85 B ඩිවිෂන් ගෙවුවා. B ගාලා ප්‍රොමෝට් වෙලා එන 86 අපි පළවෙනිම A ඩිවිෂන් තරඟයේ සහභාගී වුණා ප්‍රේමදාස ට්‍රොෆි නොකවුට් ටූර්නමන්ට් එකේ. ඒ තමයි 86. ඒක තමයි අපි පළවෙනිම ක්‍රීඩා ඒක මම තමයි නායකත්වයේ දරුවේ.
එතකොට අපේ දැන් ඉන්න සභාපතිතුමා ශ්‍රී ලංකා රග්බි වල රිස්ලි ඉලියාස් තරඟ කරුවා. බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි. බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි.
1986න් පස්සේ 87 ඉඳලා අපි දෙකටම 98 වෙනකන් A ඩිවිෂන් කාණ්ඩේ තරඟ කරා. තරඟ කළා 89 අපි තිබුණු මුදල් මදිකම හන්දා ස්පොන්සර්ෂිප් නැති හින්දා අපි මේ ක්‍රීඩා කරේ සෙවන්ස් තරඟාවලි පමණයි. ඊට පස්සේ දිගටම සෙවන්ස් තරඟාවලි වලට අපි සහභාගී වුණා.
දැන් ඒ විතරක් නෙමෙයි මට දන්නා විදියට මට මතක හැටියට ඔබතුමාලා පීටර්සන්ස් ක්‍රීඩා සමාජයෙන් ක්‍රීඩකයන් ගණනාවක් බිහි කරලා අනිත් ක්‍රීඩා සමාජ වලට මං හිතන්නේ දීලා තියෙනවා. මම මට මතක හැටියට නම් තම්බිපිලි බ්‍රදර්ස් මට මොකද මං යාලට ගුවන් හමුදාවට සෙල්ලම් කරනකොට මම සෙල්ලම් කරලා තම්බිපිලි බ්‍රදර්ස්ලා ඊට සුකුමා බ්‍රදර්ස්ලා මතක CRNFC ගැහුවේ CH උත් ගැහුවා. දැන් අශෝක සිරිවර්ධන පීටර්සන් ගහපු එක. ඒතකොට රවි බාලසූරිය කැන්ඩි CR දෙකටම ගැහුවා. ඒතකොට දිනේෂ් බ්‍රදර්ස්ලා ඒ කියන්නේ කොලිනුයි කිෂෝයි රොයි තමයි අපේ ක්ලාස් ශ්‍රී ලංකා ප්ලේයර්ස් ලොකම ඒකම ඉසිපතනෙන් බිහුනේ මල්ලිකා රච්චි බ්‍රදර්ස්ලා ටික බන්දුලයි සජිතුයි හරියටම හරි. එතකොට නසීම් මොහමඩ් අපේ හිටපු ප්‍රබල සමාජිකයෙක් ශ්‍රී ලංකා රග්බි වල. එතකොට අසම් මොහමඩ් අපේ සර් දැන් ඉන්න ප්‍රෙසිඩන්ට් රිස්ලි ඉලියාස් එතකොට හිල්මි සයිඩ් නේවි එකට ගහපු නලින් දිසානායක CH මට තාම මතකයි ඔය නම් හොඳට. එතකොට අපේ තව ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් ඉසිපතනේ MD විස්තිකා සලේ අල්වින් සලේ දැන් ජීවිතුන් අතර නෑ. බොහොම කනගාටුයි. ඉතින් ඔය වගේ ක්‍රීඩකයන් ගණනාවක් බිහි කරලා පීටර්සන්ස් මේ රටට දායාද කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒකෙන් මං හිතන්නේ ඔය 180කට වඩා ලංකාව නියෝජනයත් කරලා තියෙනවා. හරිද මං කියන්නේ?
ඇත්තම අපේ මේ දින අපේ ක්‍රීඩා සමාජයේ තියෙන පළාතවල රග ක්‍රීඩාවට සම්බන්ධ ජනතාව තමයි ජීවත් වුණේ 1960 ගණන් ඉඳලා 1990 ගණන් වෙනකම්. පස්සේ දැන් වකටේ තැන් වලින් එළියට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. වෙන පළාතවල පදිංචිට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. ඒකෙන්ද අපි හුඟක්ම මේ රගර් ක්‍රීඩා රෝලින් තමයි මේ පැත්තේ ඉන්නේ. හුඟක් මැච් බලන්න හැවලා පාක් එකකට එම යන ක්‍රීඩකයෝ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ මාර්ගයෙන් තමුන්ගේ ළමයින්ට
හරි ඔබතුමා කියන එක මමත් කොළඹ පහෙන් මමත් 25 ගියේ. මට තාම මතකයි දැන් සෙන්ට් පීටර්සන් එක තියෙන කොළඹ 6. නමුත් ඒ වුණාට ක්‍රීඩාංග ගණනාවක් වටේ එක් අහුවෙලා ඔය ඉසිපතන ලුම්බිනි සෙන්ට් පීටර්ස් ඒ වගේ ක්‍රීඩාවන් ගණනාවක් ක්‍රීඩාංගන ගණනාවක් එක් අහුවෙලා මං හිතන්නේ ලංකාවට වැඩියෙන්ම ක්‍රීඩකයන් රග්බි ක්‍රීඩාවට බිහි කරලා තියෙන්නේ ඔය කොළඹ 5න් සහ කොළඹ 6න්. විශේෂයෙන්ම ඔය කරුණ නිසා. කැන්ඩි වලට ගරුත්වයෙන් කියන්නේ දැන්
අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් දැන් ඉසිපතන විද්‍යාලය 1980 ඉඳලා 2000 වෙනකන් හැම තරඟයකම ජයග්‍රහණය කරලා උඩ තලයේ ඉන්න වෙලාවේ ඒකෙන් පිටත් වෙන නික්මයන ක්‍රීඩකයන් ඔක්කොම මේ පළාතේ තමයි ජීවත් වෙන්නේ.
හරියටම.
ඒකන්ද ඒක අපිට ලොකු ආభాෂයක් වුණා මේ ක්‍රීඩකයන් සම්බන්ධ කරන ක්ලබ් එක අපිට පවත්වාගෙන යන්න. ඒකන්ද අපිට හුඟක් සෙල්ලම් කරපු ක්‍රීඩකයන් සමහර වෙලාවට
නැවතත් I think the Peterson old Wesley scored another try under the goal post. What is the name of that man? Johan Oggeber. That's nice. So I think what are the new scores now? It was a nice move. It was a super dummy that was skill. Huh? Hold on.
So Ogbebo there increasing the lead, adding the extras himself. Adding further insult to injury. Wesley in total command of this game. Has had a fairly decent game this evening.
සම්රත් එතකොට අපි දැන් අන්තිම මේක ඉදිරියට දැන් ඔබතුමාට අපි දන්නවා ලොකු අපහසුතාව තියෙනවා මේ ආර්ථික අපහසුතාව ලීසි නෑ ස්පොන්සර්ස්ලා හොයන්නත් ලීසි නෑ මේක ඉදිරියට යන්නේ විශේෂයෙන්ම අපි හොඳට දන්නා දෙයක් තමයි ඉස්සෙන්දරම ස්පොන්සර් කරපු කන්ටියගේ නම් කීපයක් කියන්න පුළුවන් ගරුත්වය සඳහා අපිට
මුලින්ම මේ ක්‍රීඩා සමාජයේ පටන් ගන්නකොට අපිට උදව් කරා මිස්ටර් මලික් සමරික්‍රම මිස්ටර් කිෂින් බුතානි මිස්ටර් සිරු ඩිෆොන්සේකා රවි බාලසූරිය විශේෂයෙන් මතක් කරනවා දැන් ප්‍රෙසිඩන්ට් ඉන්න මිස්ටර් රිස්ලි ඉලියාස් සෑහෙන කාලයක් මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් අපිට මේ උදව් කරලා තියෙනවා දැනුත් අපිට උදව් කරනවා ඉතින් අපි ඒ උදව් ලබාගෙන අපිට ඇකිප්පෝනින් අපි මේ ක්‍රීඩා වල සහභාගී වෙන අපේ මූලික පරමාර්ථය මැච් දිනන්නම නෙවෙයි අපේ ඉන්න ක්‍රීඩකයන්ට අවස්ථාව ලබා දෙන්නේ අවස්ථාවෙන් ඒගොල්ලෝ උපරිම ප්‍රයෝජන ගන්නවා කියලා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි. ඇත්තටම මේ ප්‍රේක්ෂකයින්ට මම ඉතාමත් මේ ගරුත්වයෙන් කිය යුතුයි මේ දේ. දැන් මේ ක්‍රීඩාවක් කියන එක මේකේ තියෙන වටිනාකම තේරුම් ගන්න. දැන් ක්‍රීඩාවක් කිව්වම මේක හිතන්නේ ගොඩක් අය හිතන්නේ අපි දිනන්නම ඕන දිනුවේ නැත්තම් බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි. There is another try on the right flank of the ground scored by number 8 second try scored by number 8 Isuru Pereira. That was nice. It was a nice move. So he is playing a good game. I saw a couple of very good moves from him as a number 8. So see how he moves. Good speed, very good speed, and a lot of power. It reminds me of me. I also was playing for number 8. So good. So it's 48 points to nil. Shamrat Mahataneni, අන්තිම වශයෙන් ඔබතුමා මේ ටූර්නමන්ට් ඩිරෙක්ටර් තමයි. නමුත් යම් කිසි විශේෂ දෙයක් කියන්න තියෙනවද මේ අන්ඩර් 24 ටූර්නමන්ට් එක ගැන?
අපි මේක හොඳ අවස්ථාවක් අපේ ක්‍රීඩකයන් ලබා දුන්නේ. හොඳ අවුරුදු 3ක් රග ක්‍රීඩාවට සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න බැරි හිටපු ළමයි තමයි දැන් මේ සෙල්ලම් කරන්නේ මේ හැම ක්‍රීඩා සමාජයකම සහ ප්‍රොවින්සස් වල. අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා මේ ක්‍රීඩකයන්ගෙන් ඉදිරියට තව හොඳ ක්‍රීඩකයන් බිහි වෙයි කියලා. මොකද ශ්‍රී ලංකා කණ්ඩායමේ ක්ලබ් තරඟවලට සහභාගී වෙන ක්‍රීඩකයන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අවුරුදු 25 26 ඉඳලා අවුරුදු 35 වෙනකන් අතර වයස් කාණ්ඩයේ තමයි ක්‍රීඩා කරන්නේ. ඒ අතරතුරේ අවුරුදු 20 ඉඳලා 25 වෙනකන් ඉන්න ක්‍රීඩකයන්ට මේ දීලා තියෙන අවස්ථාව ඒගොල්ලෝ මම හිතන්නේ උපරිමයට ප්‍රයෝජනය ගන්න කියලා මම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
ඔව් බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි. thank you. අපේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා රග්බි එකේ අදහසක් ඔබතුමා කියූපු එකම තමයි මේක විශේෂයෙන් දැන් මම කලිනුත් කිව්වා අපේ පළාත් මට්ටමේ දැන් මේ වෙලාවෙත් යනවා උතුරු මැද පළාත සහ වයඹ පළාතේ ගේම් එකක්. ඒක ගැන රිසල්ට්ස් උත් මම දෙන්නම්. එතකොට දැන් ඒ වගේ අපි මේක පළාත් මට්ටමේ ප්‍රවර්ධනය කරනවා. ඒක තමයි රිස්ලි ඉලියාස්ගේ අදහස. ඒක තමයි කමිටිය අදහස. ඒක තමයි අපි සියලු දෙනාගේම අදහස. ඉතින් මේක ප්‍රවර්ධනය කරලා විශේෂයෙන්ම පිරිමි සහ ගැහැණු කාන්තාවනුත් අපි ඉදිරියට ප්‍රොමෝට් කරනවා. අපි බලමු මේ කොහොමද ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. මේ බාධක තියෙනවා නැත්තේ නෑ. කඩලු තියෙනවා නැත්තේ නෑ. අභියෝග තියෙනවා නැත්තේ නෑ. අපි ඔක්කොම බින්දගෙන යන්නේ ඉදිරියට. ඒක තමයි පණිවිඩය අපි ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන්ට දෙන්න තියෙන්නේ. අපි ගැන විශ්වාසය තියාගන්න අපි සියලු දෙයක්ම අපිට උපරිමය අපි කරන්න බලනවා. බොහොම ස්තුතියි ශම්රත්. Thank you very much.
Thank you, gents. So getting back to the game, nothing special to highlight apart from the fact Old Wesley have really consolidated their position, adding a further 3 tries in this half. And they have extended their lead to 48 points. And so far maintained a clean sheet. Not letting the opponents to score, but Petersons on their part have been really scrappy. Not managed to construct phases to give their backs or even their forwards any chance of going forward. Lineouts have been in shambles, as well as their set plays and open play not the best. Old Wesley too have been quite scrappy, but much better improved performance, you could say, than their encounter against Science Maroons. And once again using their forwards, going into contact. Ruchira, the number 5. And ominous signs here for Petersons. When Old Wesley are in this kind of mood, they have not been able to stop them. Ground conditions perfect for this style of rugby as well, but this has been the case throughout the game. And there you go, another try. The number 6 for Old Wesley joins the party, and they cross the 50-point mark. A perfect tribute to Dylan Fernando, you could say. There you go, poor tackling technique there by the players, just reaching for the ankles. Just sheer desperation there. 53 points. The conversion is good, and that's 55 points now. Few more minutes to play. So, Mr. Nalin, do you have any update on the other game? I think there was one more game taking place today.
Yes, that is Hisham Wayamba, that is the North Western Province taking over North Central Province. The half-time scores 24-0. Sinhala ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන් සඳහා වයඹ පළාත සහ උතුරු මැද පළාත මේ වෙලාවේ under 24 ගේම් එකක් යනවා මාලියදේව ග්‍රවුන්ඩ්ස් වල කුරුණෑගල. ඒකේ half-time score එක 24.0යි වයඹ. දැන් වයඹ ගැන කිව්වොත් අපි පොඩි අදහසක් දෙන්නත් ඕන අපේ ප්‍රේක්ෂකයින්ට. වයඹ ප්‍රොවින්ස් එකේ වයඹ ප්‍රොවින්ස් ටීම් එකක් හැටියට ඒක ස්ථාපිත වුණේ අවුරුදු 35කට ඉස්සෙල්ලා. එතෙන්දී අපි තාමත් ගරුත්වයෙන් කියනවා දැන් ඉන්න ප්‍රෙසිඩන්ට් ශමේන්ද්‍ර රාජරත්න එයා ඒ කියන්නේ සෙන් නෑන්ස් එකට සෙල්ලම් කෙරුවා. සෙල්ලම් කරලා ඒ කියන්නේ 1993 වසරේ to 96 වසර දක්වා ඊට පස්සේ KRNFC සෙල්ලම් කෙරුවා 95 වසරේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපේ කෝච් සනත් මාටිස් යටතේ KRNFC සෙල්ලම් කරලා 95 96 A division rugby ගැහුවා. ඉතින් එතකොට ඒ දවස්වල අනුග්‍රහකයන් හිටියේ බූටානි එක්ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඉතාමත් ගරුත්වයෙන් මතක් කළ යුතුයි. ඒ කියන්නේ ලංකාවට පළවෙනිම ෆිජියන්ස්ලා ෆිජි රටෙන් ක්‍රීඩකයන් ගෙන්නලා මෙහාට බූටානි එක්ස්පෝර්ට්ස් තමයි පළවෙනිම ඒ ක්‍රීඩකයන් වෙනුවෙන් ලොකු වියදමක් දරලා මෙහාට ගෙනල්ලා ගැස්සුවේ. ඒක අපි කවදාවත් අමතක කරන්නේ නැතේ. ඒක ගැන විශේෂ සඳහනක් කිය යුතුමයි. එතකොට ඒ දවස්වල ගැහුවා චන්ද්‍රශාන් පෙරේරා අපේ දැන් ජීවතුන් අතර නැහැ. එතකොට නිශාන්ත ඩයස් ඒ වගේ නිශාන්ත ඩයස්ලාගේ අනිකුත් සහෝදරයින් ඒ වගේ ලොකු ක්‍රීඩකයින් ගොඩාක් සෙල්ලම් කෙරුවා KRNFC එකට. එතකොට දැන් KRNFC සහ දැන් වාරියපොළ ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ක්ලබ් එක තමයි දැනට හොඳටම සෙල්ලම් කරන්නේ. එතකොට දැන් ඔය අවුරුදු 35ක් තිස්සේ මේ වයඹ පළාතේ මේ ක්‍රීඩාව ගෙනියන්න ගොඩාක් සහයෝගය දීලා තිනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ ඒ කියන්නේ ස්පොන්සර්ස්ලා හැටියට ගොඩක් සහයෝගය දීලා තිනවා. මට මේ වෙලාවේ නම් වශයෙන් කියන්නේ එක දිග ලයිස්තුවක් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අපි ගරු කරනවා විශේෂයෙන්ම දැන් ඉන්න ශර්මේන්ද්‍ර රාජරත්න මැතිතුමාට මේක මේ විදියට ලෑස්ති කරලා මේ සියලු දේම සංවිධානය කරලා එයා එක හිතින්ම අපි මේක කියපු ගමන්ම කිසිම කරදරයක් නැතුව අපේ මේ ටූර්නමන්ට් ඩිරෙක්ටර් මිස්ටර් ශම්රත් කිසිම එකක් නැතුව මේ යාගේ සහයෝගය දීලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒකෙන්ම තේරෙනවා මේ ප්‍රොවින්ෂල් රග්බි කොච්චර උත්සාහයකින් ඉන්නවද කියලා, කොච්චර මේ මේ අපේ වචනින් කිව්වොත් එimhe ඇත්තටම රග්බි වලට මේ කෑදර කපකින් ඉන්නේ රග්බි ගහන්න සූදානම් වෙලා ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා ඉන්නවා. ඉතින් අපි මේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා රග්බි කරන මේ උත්සාහය විශේෂයෙන්ම රිස්ලි ඉලියාස් මැතිතුමා ප්‍රොවින්සස් වලට මේක රග්බි ගෙනියනවායි කියන එක අපිට හරි ලොකු හයියක් වෙනවා ඉදිරියට. අමතක කළ යුතු නැති එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි මේ වෙලාවේ කොරියාත් එක්ක අපි හොඳට සෙල්ලම් කරලා තියෙනවා. 3 වෙනි ස්ථානය 4 වෙනි ස්ථානය ආසියාවෙම ලබාගෙන තියෙනවා අපි. ඒක තව ටිකක් පහු වෙනකොට අපිට දැනගන්න ලැබෙයි. ඉතින් ඒකෙදි අපි කිය යුතුමයි ඒ කණ්ඩායමේ විශේෂයෙන්ම අපේ සත්සාම්නි කණ්ඩායමේ ගිය 12 දෙනා ගෙන් 70%කට වඩා ඉන්නේ ප්‍රොවින්සස් වලින්. ඒක අපි කොළඹ කරන ක්‍රීඩකයන් හරි අඩුයි. ඉතින් මොකද ඒකෙන් වැටහෙන්නේ? දැන් අවුරුදු ගණනාවක් තිස්සේ ඉඳලා අපි ප්‍රොවින්සස් වලට ඇත්තටම හරියටම තැන දුන්නේ නැති වුණත් ඒ ක්‍රීඩකයන් බිහි වෙලා තියෙනවා ඒ වගේ. සෙන්ට්‍රල් ප්‍රොවින්ස් එකේනුයි ප්‍රොවින්ස් එකේනුයි අපි දන්නේ නැතුණාට යාලා ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ ඒ දැන් සෙන්ට්‍රල් ප්‍රොවින්ස් එකට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ වයඹ ප්‍රොවින්ස් එකේ. නෝත් සෙන්ට්‍රල් ප්‍රොවින්ස් එකේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් අනිකුත් ප්‍රොවින්සස් වලින්. ඉතින් ඒ ඇවිල්ලා ලොකු ක්‍රීඩා සමාජ වලට සෙල්ලම් කරනවා. ඉතින් ඒකෙන් තේරෙන්නේ අපි තව ඉදිරියට මං හිතන්නේ රිස්ලි ඉලියාස් සර්ගේ අදහස අනුව උපරිම සහයෝගය අපි දිය යුතුයි ප්‍රොවින්සස් වලට. I think what we are doing now at the moment, there are, as I repeatedly mentioning Isham, the provinces has to be given preference for rugby, not only men, women as well. Very unfortunately, the women's team did not perform that well this time in Korea. But we are going to formulate them in a proper way. We will restructure them and try to improve their standards, develop their standards. You can go ahead for the moment. I want to speak something about the North Central Province.
All Wesley on the charge again. Penalty after penalty. I think both teams have been guilty of this. They really need to go back to the drawing board on the offside line. Conceded so many penalties and can really come back to haunt them in crucial games. Slowly and steadily, the Old Wesley forwards opting to use their forwards inside the 22. They get another penalty. Replacements come up, takes a quick tap, but not at the correct point, correct mark rather. So it's the final phase of play. So Mr. Nalin, you wanted to speak about the North Central Province as well?
Yes, it is our duty because there is a match going on at the moment there. North Western Province, that is Vayamba, is leading at the half time 24-0. උතුරු මැද පළාතේ ඉන්න ප්‍රේක්ෂකයින් සඳහා මේක අපි හොඳට දන්නවා මේක අහගෙන ඉන්න උතුරු මැද පළාතේ කට්ටියත් මොකද අපි උතුරු මැද පළාතට මේ ලින්ක් එක දීලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් උතුරු මැද පළාතේ දැනට ඉන්න උතුරු මැද පළාතේ ප්‍රධාන සභාපතිතුමා මනෝජිත් සිල්වා එතුමාට ගරුත්වයෙන් මේ කතා කරන්නේ අපි සියලු දේ එතුමා තමයි සංවිධානය කරලා දීලා තියෙන්නේ. 1995 බ්‍රිගේඩියර් ජපන ජයවර්ධන තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලම ඉන්ට්‍රොඩියුස් කරලා තින්නේ යම් කිසි විදියකට රග්බි කියන ක්‍රීඩාව අනුරාධපුර දිස්ත්‍රික්කයට North Central Province එකට අනුරාධපුර පොළොන්නරුව දිස්ත්‍රික්කයට. ඊට පස්සේ කර්නල් ධම්මික ගුණසේකර 2001 දී ස්කූල්ස් වගේක් ලෑස්ති කරලා එහෙම නැත්නම් පාසල් වගේක් මනෝජ් සිල්වත් එක්ක there is another try by Wesley. So now the score is 61, is it? Or 62? 62. 60, okay. So they are increasing the score at the very last moment.
Running across their try line and then fumbling with the ball, and then counter attack. Touching down on the right corner flag.
So the whole Wesleyites are really dedicating this game to their friend who lost his life very unfortunately this afternoon.
So this would be the final play of the game. This conversion attempt from Ogbebo off the right corner flag. 60 points already on the board. He can make it 62. Ogbebo lines up the kick.
No. Game over.
Drifts. Never cut back inside. So that's the end of the game. 60 points to 0. It finishes in favor of Old Wesley. Easily the better team of the two. But certainly a lot of points to consider. They'll have to go back to the drawing board, especially on the line-outs, as well as how to manage the offside line. Cannot afford to make too many mistakes. As we said, can be very crucial in much more crucial and important games to come. But for now, there'll be...
I have to interrupt for 30 seconds. I have to mention this. The North Central Province, the schools that are supporting them is Anuradhapura St. Joseph's, Nivattaka Vidyalaya, Valisingha Harishchandra Vidyalaya, Anuradhapura Central, Kakirawa Central. They are the one who are really feeding the North Central Province. So we have to mention. And Sri Lions, the president is Manojit De Silva. They are the one who are doing the real contribution for the North Central Province. He has formed this whole thing. And the coach by Manojit, assistant coach is Sarath Kumar, doing a huge contribution to Sri Lanka rugby through North Central Province. Thank you, everybody.
So there you go, Mr. Nalin De Silva, just giving an explanation of the importance of the provincial rugby as well, as much as trying to uplift the game through clubs like Old Wesley, Science Maroons. It's quite important to make sure the provinces are also keen to take up the sport, show them that there is hope where they can take the game to the next level. Disjointed performance by Petersons today, their first loss, but quite a big loss against Old Wesley. 60 points to 0. Never really were in the game. Mistakes after mistakes, and they'll have none other than themselves to blame for this huge loss, and much work to do. So here are the highlights reel. The highlights reel from today's game. This is of course the first try, the second try, and it'll be interesting to see. You'll be able to see most of the tries were constructed through their forwards, because once they reached that last 5 minutes, this was Sakit Pereira sneaks his way through the defense. Trademark try for him. And coming back to what I was saying, once Old Wesley enters the opposition 5 meter or 10 meter mark, they have the talent or the players, the caliber of players to penetrate the opposition defense through the pick and goes or close range drives. They have the players. And you can see most of their tries were constructed by their forwards, and it was after reaching the 10 meter or 15 meter or even 5 meter mark. Even against Science Maroons, that's how they scored the try. And against, it seemed, a weak opposition like Petersons today, they had things easy. So it will improve their performance, surely. It will give them a lot of confidence. But they just need to improve their set pieces if they are to think about going further in this tournament. This is another try. Once again, to their pop forward. Weak defense by the opposition. Let's not forget that. But once again, you can see a lot of hard work done by their forwards. And Ogbebo, long cutout pass to the winger. By this time, Peterson's players were down and out, tired. The replacements were in. It was damage limitation, because the game was done and dusted by then. And then another try coming in. This was from Ogbebo. A little show and go under the posts. Had a decent game, Ogbebo, taking over the kicking duties as well. And then another try. This was where the number 8, out of my way, had the pace, power, crashing his way through. Brilliant try. And then another try. And stopped from there. Sakit Pereira was replaced by then, but you can see got some pretty strong players capable of powering their way through. Number 6 joining in the act. And this was the final try after conceding a penalty. There you go, fumbling with the ball. The number 12 for Old Wesley draws the man, finds the wing on the outside. Easy pass, easy try. And the final icing on the cake. So 10 tries scored by Old Wesley, 5 conversions for their 60 points today. And also a kind reminder that the Uva vs Southern Province game scheduled to play yesterday is being played tomorrow. That is 14th November at the Vincent Dias grounds in Badulla. You can follow sportsnow.tv for updates on this game as well. And do not forget to like and subscribe to Sri Lanka Tuskers, Rugby Tuskers page as well. So that's it from the Combox for this weekend, week 2. Of course, just one more game like we mentioned tomorrow. So on behalf of the production crew, on behalf of Mr. Nalin De Silva, it's me Hisham Hamid signing out. Good night everyone. Have a great weekend ahead.